I was in school, when we are doing fellowship, we used to have vigils, I would carry my books to the fellowship hall. We'll pray from 10, 11, 12. When it's getting to 2, I'll disappear somewhere. And I'm reading. Others are screaming, rapa, kapa, kapa. We have exam in 2 weeks. Lepe, kepe. And that's how they lepe, till they failed. If you did mass communication, you will know there's a particular course called graphics. When I started my first degree was mass communication. When I did, there was a lecturer that lectured us graphics. Sometimes they can add graphics to television. Sometimes. Television is also a course on its own. Now, the man who lectured us graphics was an antichrist. I hope he's not alive now. Because he was quite elderly. Very deadly human. He will come to the class. He will abuse Christians, abuse Christians, abuse Christians. That's not part of the course. You know, if you abuse Christians, everybody will be holding themselves. All those people that are carrying the Bible, failures. Only failures join that thing called SU. All those things called knifes. All those things called castle. All those things called ROCF. Only failure. If you abuse all of us. So one day, he was abusing. My body was biting me. It was biting me. And I raised my hand. He said, what do you have to say? I said, with all due respect, get out. Everybody in the class kept quiet. He said, what did he say? I said, get out. You know, it takes one person to start a riot. That was when I knew that we had stubborn Christians too. Another Christian, it was the head of, I think, Castle there also. He stood up. He said, yes, sir, it's very correct. No, knifes. He said, yes, very correct, sir. Get out. Another one, get out. So, when they called all of us, the Senate of the institution called all of us and said, they are not going to, there were too many. The riot was too many. If you punish everybody, you just close down that class. So they needed to punish who initiated. So before then, hold on, I'm telling you a story. Before then, when I was saying get out, the man called me. He said, what's your name? I mentioned. He said, I should come forward. He said, what's my matric number? I told him. He wrote it down. He said, you have already failed. I said, no problem, sir. But I can't fail. So we left the class. They called me for a panel. So I had a lot of evidence. We said the man was throwing shades at us. They said, what do you mean shade? Did he call your name? I said, there's something called innuendo. Innuendo is when you're talking to people indirectly. I said, sir, in English, they say, what specific way can you say he abused you? I said, innuendo. And the panel burst into laughter. I said, it was indirectly talking to us. So they said we should go, but he should deal with it his own way. Now, this man, let me tell you what we did. I started reading because I was not permitted to attend this class. Anytime you come to class, I say, where's Johnson Suleiman? I said, get out. The get out, I told him. I received so many get outs that semester. We just say get out. Of course, you have been told to respect, so you take your... So when they finish, I ask them, what did they lecture? They will tell me, I will read. I went to the library, I got textbook. I told myself, I will not just pass this man's exam. I will be embarrassing. Then in school, it's not now you can just... No. If somebody fails you, you can summon him. It's not now anybody can just tell you fail. No. If somebody fails you, you know what you wrote. You will carry him to the panel. You will say, I want my script. Let the panel give me my script. If the script is missing, that means he is deliberate. Not now. Not that people don't know their right now. The people know their right, but there is no right. So I read. Now this is what I did. The man did an exam, and he said 7 questions we had to answer any 4. And you know those questions are pregnant. 1, A, B, C. So as soon as I prayed, I waited on the Lord, I fasted. When I got to the hall, it was 7 questions, answer any 4. I answered the 7. I said, please, sir, mark any 4. Over Sabi almost killed me. But I wanted to embarrass them. I answered the 7. I said, mark any 4. So I did the exam in 12 minutes. My head was down. I was just writing. Because as I was seeing, everything I studied was what he brought out. So when I stood up, he said, why is this one standing? Why is this one standing? I said, I'm done. You are done what? I said, I finished your exam. He said, this stubbornness is long ago. You don't take body for a long time. And I gave him the script. So he looked at it. He said, wow. So this means my questions are weak, right? Everybody submit. The slap I received that day. Oh my God. There's slap from classmates. Oh, Vasabi, you finished. Why didn't you sit down? Idiot. Idiot. If I fail, idiot. That's how you just be doing. Why didn't you sit down? Is it time yet? Is it time? So, what am I saying? Action. I didn't fast and pray to pass. I had to study. I wish I'm saying something here.